He's the Managing Director and Group CEO of the National Australia Bank, one of the Big Four, an appointment he embraced 2 years ago after several years heading up the bank's retail team and then running the Bank of New Zealand. Please welcome to the stage the head of NAB, Mr. Andrew Thorburn. What did it take personally for you to become the CEO of one of Australia's biggest, most successful, most profitable companies?
I think first of all, anyone can be a leader. I think leaders are made, not born. What it takes is the development of character. And I think some of the most important things that you need to develop as a leader is to have ambition, to challenge the status quo, and to be brave, or to have courage. And so I think when I started, I didn't have much of any of those things. But what I did was I watched people who had it, who were inspiring. You learn as a leader, about models, but in the end, leadership is a very human thing. It's a contact sport.
What has been your toughest, most confronting moment? The moment where you might have fallen, if you like, or might have given up your quest?
I think one of the most difficult things that we feel as people and as leaders, and if you are going to be a leader, you definitely need to experience this and feel it, is loneliness. So you're in a situation where you've made a decision, but you don't know whether you've got the support of people. It may be the board, it may be colleagues, and you stand alone. And so in those moments in the valley, you sit there before you make a decision that affects a lot of people, and you wonder, is there another way? And I think leadership, it's been said, is a combination of head, heart, and guts. And in the end, it comes down to heart and guts, to listen to your instinct about what you truly believe is right. If it works, it was our wonderful people. And if it doesn't, it's on me.
How hard have you found it to protect your integrity and keep your ambition in perspective?
Leaders must have ambition. They must have an element of willingness to challenge the status quo and to paint a vision of what is possible. Because otherwise I don't think it's leadership. I would call that middle management.
What do you think differentiated you on the way up?
A few months ago I was at the Microsoft CEO Summit in Seattle. One of the people who spoke was a guy by the name of Kevin Plank. Now Kevin is the CEO of Under Armour, the sports apparel brand. And he told his story, how he started his business in his grandmother's garage, and now it was a $4 billion company. And the interviewer, like you, Carrie, said to him, given it's now a completely different company, you're still the founder, but you're running it, it's listed, what do you look for now? And he said, we look for people who are humble and hungry. And so I suppose in the third bit is I have always tried to keep an element of humble and hungry in what I do. Humble because I had opportunities, I didn't deserve them, people took bets on me. My parents worked hard so I could go to university. My family have sacrificed. So I think there's always people that you can thank. And the hungry bit is I've always wanted to make a difference and keep pushing through and being prepared to challenge the status quo. So I would say they're the three things that spring to mind in answer to your question.
So how do you deal with power? Pretty heady.
When I got this job, I sat down and had a steak with one of my old mentors, and I said he was a person who had coached global CEOs for 20 years. And I asked him about the tips that I needed that I was going into this job, and he said the ones who have succeeded, there are three things. The first thing is they've developed incredible resilience. The second thing is they constantly challenge the status quo, even when most people in their company would wish they'd stopped. And the third one is they learnt how to keep their ego in check.
Thank you very much for fronting up today and for dealing with it the way you have.
Thanks, Gary. Thank you very much.